Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. Engineers are competing and working to build machinery bigger and better than ever before. From the giant machine used to move the Saturn V rocket to the largest airplane ever built, here are the biggest vehicles ever made. NASA Crowler Transport. Big space rockets are used to transport satellites and manned spaceships into orbit. But before they can do that, somebody has to wheel them into place on the launch pad. In order to move the Saturn V, NASA had to develop a truck that was nearly as big as the rocket itself, a 2,750-ton, 39.9-meter long Crowler transport. It traveled on tank-like treads on a special 3.5-mile-long road, whose surface was coated with Tennessee River rock to reduce the friction. It was designed to be powerful enough to move the equivalent of 3 Saturn Vs, though nobody has ever tried such a feat. The two Crowler transports are the largest tracked vehicles ever built, and they cost about $14 million in the 1960s, which would translate to about $100 million in today's money. But they proved so adept at moving the Saturn V that NASA also used them for the space shuttle, and is upgrading one of the two vehicles to handle the Space Launch System, the new booster rocket that NASA is developing for future manned missions. Largest pickup truck. Hamad bin Hamdan Al Nahyan is also one of the richest people in the world, with a net worth of over $20 billion. And what has he done with his fortune? Cured world hunger? Cleaned the oceans? Well, not really. Instead, he's amassed one of the most awe-striking car collections that are estimated to cost $500 million. Among the vehicles in his collection is the world's biggest pickup truck, a highly modified 1950s Dodge Power Wagon. The Rainbow Sheik likely would have built this vehicle even larger, but he was limited by the size of tires that could be built for it. As it stands, the gargantuan vehicle weighs over 50 tons. But this is more than just a classy-looking monster truck. In fact, it contains several luxury bedrooms, a living room, a meeting room, a fully functioning kitchen, and multiple bathrooms. You might think it is just for show, but this truck does move. With a horsepower of 300 and a max speed of 40 miles per hour, this is the biggest truck we've ever seen. Overburden Conveyor Bridge F60. This thing looks like the Eiffel Tower, only more mechanical and alive. We're talking about the largest existing overburden conveyor gantry which has ever been built. It doesn't take you underground, but up into the sky. The high point is a viewing platform 80 meters above the ground. From here, you can gaze out over the wasteland, which used to be the Klettwitz Nord brown coal surface mine until 1992. Now, nature has been gaining ground once more, thanks to Lake Birgit, which was created from one of the dugout pits. F60 is literally and metaphorically the bridge to the future. At dusk, its massive steel outline is impressively illuminated in a sonnet lumiere staging. Anyone who takes one of the popular evening guided tours might imagine they've been transported onto a spaceship just before launch. During a tour of this giant, you can even steer it under the guiding hand of experienced guides. What are you waiting for? Book a ticket to Lichterfeld, Germany, and get a tour of this beast. Hitachi EX8000. There's no job too big for the EX8006. Hitachi Construction Machinery Company Limited developed the ultra-large hydraulic excavator as the largest class in the world. The hydraulic excavator has a 9.9-meter high cab, is 10.5 meters long, with an 8.65 meter wide undercarriage, and a maximum digging reach of 20.5 meters. The excavator has a bucket capacity of 45 meters cubed and a shovel capacity of 40 meters cubed, which can move 75 tons of whatever you're digging in a single load. It's the company's largest mining shovel, and it delivers incredible arm crowding, breakout force, and horsepower. It is equipped with two 16-cylinder Cummins diesel engines that produce 3,880 horsepower. You get efficient engines, a comfortable cab, advanced hydraulics, tough frame, and a powerful arm all in this excavator, so you can get more work done every day. Longest limo. In the mid-90s, California custom car guru Jay Orberg set out to build the world's longest limousine. This 100-foot-long, rolling spectacular doesn't disappoint when it comes to luxury. Riding on top of 26 wheels and driven from 2 separate driver cabins, it boasts a jacuzzi, a diving board, a king-size bed, and even a helicopter pad. While this rolling den of luxury was once enough to take your breath away, 15 years later, it was discovered in disrepair. The limo was dubbed the American Dream and leased to a company that used it for promotional events. When their lease ended, it sat abandoned in a New Jersey warehouse. All was not lost, however. In 2014, the car was acquired by the New York AutoZeum Automotive Teaching Museum, where students have been working on it for a number of years. But given the sheer size of it, it may be some time before this extravagant machine is rolling again. Largest mining truck. If you've ever wondered how big mining trucks can get, the answer is very big. Standing 8.3 meters high, this huge haul truck, Liber T248, is a total beast. If you were to stand next to it, its one tire would be double your size. This Liber mining truck is the lightest and most ultra-class mining truck there is. These trucks can consistently haul 400-ton payloads, making it one of the most productive and fuel-efficient haul trucks in the world. This truck combines a high-horsepower diesel engine with an efficient Litronic plus AC drive system to maximize productivity and minimize fuel consumption. As you can imagine, getting the trucks to their destination is no small feat. National Group has been part of every aspect of the handover, from receiving the trucks new, delivered from the Liber manufacturing facility, to transporting the trucks and then assembling it on site. Have you ever seen a monster truck this big up close? TI Supertanker. The TI class supertanker is a class of the 4 largest ships in the world by displacement, gross tonnage, and deadweight tonnage. They are owned by Tankers International LLC. These were the first ultra-large crude carriers built in nearly the past 3 decades. They've contributed greatly to the transport of crude oil through waterways for many years. This class comprises 4 ships, namely the TI Africa, the TI Asia, the TI Europe, and Tankers International. They were built in South Korea by Daewoo Shipbuilding and Marine Engineering in Okpo in 2002 and 2003 for the Hellespont Group Shipping Company. The 4 ships altogether are also known as the Fantastic Four. They are safe for sharing oil without causing oil spills or major environmental hazards in case of accidents. Almost all of them have a speed of about 16.5 knots, almost 20 miles per hour, which is quite high for such a beast. This enables the fast and time-efficient transport of cargo across countries. If you think this is big, wait till you see number 1, Panzer VIII Maus. The Panzer VIII Maus was a tank designed by Ferdinand Porsche, who you probably know best for his sports cars. Well, the Panzer wasn't exactly a speed demon. It was 33 feet long, 12 feet wide, and weighed a shocking 207 tons. Only one of these giants was ever built, and that's all they needed. The Panzer was pretty good at defending itself, boasting over 8-inch thick armor and having several heavy guns mounted on it. Moving around all that weight required the Panzer to have some serious power. This vault on wheels was driven by a 1,200 horsepower V12 diesel engine, capable of producing 6.4 horsepower per ton and reaching speeds of 20 kilometers an hour. And with that, it's now time for today's subscriber pick. Today's photo was sent to us by one of our subscribers, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it on over to us. Who knows? We might even feature it on a future video. Bucket wheel extractor. You might be operating some big machines on your construction site, but chances are none of them can come close to the Bagger 288 bucket wheel excavator. Imagine the work you could get done if you had a machine with 18 buckets, each with a capacity of 6 tons. That's the capacity of the massive 30-story tall ThyssenKrupp Bagger 288 bucket wheel excavator. Measuring 310 feet tall and 15,500 tons in weight, the Bagger 288 is currently being used at the Hambach mine in Germany to extract coal. It took ThyssenKrupp 4 years to build the Earth Destroyer and cost the buyer around $100 million to buy. Set on 4 crawlers, the excavator can move up to a half-mile per hour and is operated by 5 to 15 people at the same time. Antonov An-225 Mriya. Finally, we have the biggest thing flying in the air. The Antonov An-225 Mriya is a strategic airlift cargo aircraft that was designed by the Antonov Design Bureau within the Soviet Union during the 1980s. By most metrics, the Antonov An-225 is the biggest plane in the world. It's the longest-bodied, longest-winged, and heaviest operational plane in any part of the world. Only one of these monster cargo aircraft was built. It was designed to carry the Buran space plane, the Soviet version of the space shuttle, as well as Energia rocket boosters, but the plane quickly found other airlifting work after being refurbished with the collapse of the Soviet space program. Because, you can't just throw away such an important plane. It's the heaviest aircraft ever built, with a maximum takeoff weight of 710 tons. It holds the record for total airlifted payload at 559,580 pounds, as well as airlifted single-item payload at 418,830 pounds. It has the longest wingspan of any plane currently flying at 290 feet across. The An-225 is a monster among planes. Its cargo compartment is big enough to hold 50 cars. Talk about being huge. Which one of these do you find the most fascinating? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.